to try to battle the supremacy, which is multiple champion Matt Hughes.
I'm the one making this fight. You know, I'm the one got everybody excited that this fight's going to happen.
He wants a belt so bad that he can't sleep at night. You know, the mistake he's made is he's...
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Mentally, you're tough.
I know I'm tough. It's not something I have to do.
The easy man will go somewhere where it's warm and step outside and put a pair of shorts on and run around with no shirt on.
I could go out and train in the snow up in the mountain. No, I'm not an idiot. If I was going in cocky, you wouldn't see me running around the volcano. You wouldn't see me doing push-ups in the sand. You wouldn't see me jump off 60, 70-foot waterfalls.
I don't care what BJ's doing. I don't care where he's running. I don't care how he's training. The only thing that can beat me is me. I just don't see him having the power to knock me out or the strength to submit me.
I know I have to beat Matt Hughes, and I have to beat him bad.
It'd be embarrassing to lose to a lighter guy.
I don't even know why he's thinking about that. What he should really be worried about is what I'm going to do to him.
After that first round, he'll walk back to his corner and he'll know he made a mistake.
Let's go. Here we are. Let's go, me and you.
I will break him the first round, no doubt about it.
Tail of the tape for the welterweight championship. Matt Hughes is 5 pounds heavier. Those are official weigh-in weights. Forget about it. BJ might be 170 or 171 tonight. As you mentioned, Matt Hughes may have packed on 15 pounds of power.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
We're going to find out right now if it's courageous or foolhardy.
Absolutely. Oh, a quick left jab from Matt Hughes.
And a counter left hook from BJ. Knee inside by BJ.
We've seen BJ striking before. How about the quick finish to Carl Uno? BJ is slippery.
BJ, in my opinion, is a superior striker. Whether or not that'll carry at 175 pounds, we'll find out. But BJ knocks a lot of guys out standing up. Brutal knockout of Dean Thomas. Brutal knockout of Carl Uno. He's got nasty hands.
Hughes wants the takedown. Hughes on his back. A wrestler does not like to be on his back.
You know what, though? Matt Hughes is very competent on his back. He's not really a wrestler anymore. He's a true mixed martial arts fighter at this point. Very confident on his back. And you know what? I mean, we might see him try to submit BJ Penn.
Matt Hughes, BJ Penn.
You got to give the advantage here to BJ, though. This is BJ's world. Oh, BJ's got his back.
Let's see what he can do here.
This is where BJ gets guys in weird stuff. He's incredibly flexible. Matt's trying to get some sort of a footlock on him. But BJ can take your back in weird positions because he's got incredible dexterity of his legs.
Oh, a big elbow there to the face of BJ Penn.
Nice inside elbow by Matt Hughes.
Yep. Punching from his back. And thus BJ needs to close the distance.
BJ didn't really take Matt Hughes down here. Matt kind of went for something and wound up on the ground. I'm sure right now he regrets that.
BJ Penn now. It'll be interesting as the fight goes on to see how much Matt Hughes can just simply power through because of the strength advantage. Right now, though, BJ in the close guard of Matt Hughes.
Yeah, Matt's not going to power through on his back. What he really wants to do is be on top and stuff BJ against the fence and maul him.
For all the news forthcoming as well as present, website of choice, UFC.tv. BJ described this fight as this, Joe. He said, we're going to play human chicken. One guy will turn off, and he believes, of course, that Matt Hughes will turn off first. It'll be interesting to see when we get to the point that you, my partner, believe we have reached that game of human chicken.
That's a very interesting way of putting it. Human chicken. It just goes to show you how BJ thinks. He's a wild man.
He is a wild man.
Which is why he took this fight in the first place.
The Hilo boy.
Now, here's the question. Did Matt Hughes take him lightly? Matt Hughes thinks he's far too strong, far too experienced at 170 pounds, and that he's going to just go through BJ.
Generally, Matt Hughes doesn't rush to the gym. He said 3 days after his last fight, he went right back into the gym. After defeating Frank Trigg, he was back in the gym the next Monday. Matt told me that on Wednesday. He said the holidays messed him up a bit, but overall he has trained hard for this fight.
Well, he's been accused in the past of taking fights very lightly just because he's just so incredibly talented that he can kind of skate through a fight. The fight with Sean Sherk, for instance, I heard that he only trained a couple weeks for that fight, which is just amazing when you think of how dangerous a challenger Sean Sherk is, and to train only 2 weeks for him and to completely dominate him.
Well, unquestionably, he's genetically gifted.
Not completely dominated, but win a clear-cut decision.
Yes. And BJ Penn,
right now, he can't get off his back.
Wants to prove that he is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Well, BJ's not doing any damage here, but he... I said that. He lands a big right hand. And he's in his half guard now, and he passed. He's mounted.
He's mounted with 45 seconds left in round one. 45 seconds.
This is a bad spot for Matt Hughes.
Could we have ourselves an upset in the making?
This is worst case scenario for Matt Hughes. BJ on top of him, punching him from his back. BJ has got incredible back control.
BJ looking for the choke.
He's got the choke. He's down.
It's over. It's over. We have a new welterweight champion. A new welterweight champion. BJ Penn has the belt he so dearly has sought after. He has upset Matt Hughes.
Unbelievable.
The run of dominance has ended. BJ Penn is the new welterweight champion.
Wow. I am blown away. Look at BJ Penn. He's on Cabbage's shoulder and he's just smacking himself in the head. He's freaking out. Wow. Incredibly dominant performance by BJ Penn. Let's take a look at that rear naked choke. Here's the end of the fight. Let's take a look at that replay.
Let's move it. Let's move it.
This BJ's in Matt's guard. We see him pass. Big punch. Controls Matt's leg with his legs, mounts. Matt rolls, which is the worst thing to do. BJ's got his back.
BJ Penn became a black belt in jiu-jitsu faster than any American. And when he had the opportunity to close it out by submission with very little time left in the round, he does it.
Here we see Matt made a huge mistake. He reached for BJ's foot. Instead of defending the choke, he tried to do something to BJ's foot, like he tried to get him in some kind of an ankle lock or something.
And look at
that was it. He
a big
exposed
kiss
his
on
neck.
the lips, and Matt smiles. Bruce Buffer, we have seen a shocking development inside the octagon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 4 minutes 39 seconds of round number one. For the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke. And now, the new